welcome back to our channel. In this video, we're going to talk about 5G and how this technology can change our daily lives.
5G is supposed to be faster and more reliable than the current 4G networks, but it hasn't quite lived up to its initial promises.
So in this video, we'll talk about what 5G is, why it hasn't been delivering on its initial promises, and what needs to happen in order for those promises to become a reality.
First things first, what is 5G? 5G stands for 5th generation wireless technology, and it's the latest iteration of wireless networking. 5G promises faster speeds, lower latency, and more capacity than 4G networks. It's supposed to be the backbone of the Internet of Things, allowing for a world where every device is connected to the Internet.
One key aspect of 5G is its ability to support a large number of devices at the same time, paving the way for innovations in various sectors such as autonomous vehicles, smart cities, and remote healthcare, and the Internet of Things. The widespread of adoption of 5G will enable seamless communication and interactions, transforming the way we live and work. Enhanced connectivity will allow real-time communication between various infrastructures. Enhanced connectivity will allow real-time communications between vehicles, infrastructure, and road users, facilitate better communication between urban systems, empower medical professionals to perform real-time remote consultations, and drive exponential growth in IoT. The widespread adoption of 5G has the potential to change various industries in our everyday lives. As we continue to harness the power of 5G technology, we can look forward to a more connected, efficient, and smarter world.
So, why hasn't 5G lived up to its initial promises? Please, consider the following. The rollout of 5G has been slow. While 5G networks have been deployed in some major cities around the world, they are not yet available everywhere. This means that most people are still connected to 4G networks.
The slow rollout of this 5G network has a lot of causes. Lots of things make rolling out 5G difficult. One of the main challenges is the need for more infrastructure and hardware to support 5G networks. This includes the installation of new cell towers and upgrading existing ones to support 5G frequencies. Additionally, there is a need for more fiber optic cables to be laid to support higher data speeds of 5G. Another challenge is the need for regulatory approvals and permissions from local governments to install the necessary infrastructure, which is lame. This process can be time-consuming and sometimes involves negotiation with local communities and property owners.
The second reason 5G hasn't delivered on its promises is that the actual performance of 5G has not met expectations. While 5G is faster than 4G, it's not as fast as some had hoped. This is due to a number of factors, including the limited availability of high-frequency spectrum that is needed for the fastest 5G speeds.
The Federal Communications Commission, who's the authority on what radio frequencies companies and individuals can use, has somewhat dragged their feet in making new frequencies available to carriers to deploy 5G. However, there was a large auctioning of new frequencies to carriers held in January of 2021 that should help as carriers expand their 5G coverage range nationwide.
Finally, there are some technical issues that need to be resolved in order for 5G to deliver on its promises. 5G uses higher frequency bands, which have shorter wavelengths than those used by 4G networks. While this results in faster data speeds, it also means that 5G signals have a harder time penetrating solid objects like walls, trees, and elevators. This can result in spotty coverage, particularly in urban areas where buildings and other structures can block the signal. Additionally, the shorter wavelengths of 5G signal means that they are more susceptible to interference from other electronic devices and even weather conditions like rain and fog.
Yes, Eddie is absolutely right. One of the technical issues that 5G networks face is the limitation of signal penetration. To address these technical issues, network operators are exploring different solutions. For example, some are deploying small cells that can be placed in areas with poor coverage to boost signal. Others are using technologies like beamforming, which directs the signal towards specific devices rather than broadcasting it in all directions. In addition, network operators are also exploring the use of lower frequency bands for 5G, which have better signal penetration and can provide wider coverage. While this might not offer the same level of data speeds as higher frequency bands, it can help address some of the coverage issues that 5G networks face. But even with all of this innovation, poor attenuation is a main factor holding 5G back from delivering on its initial promises.
So class, what needs to happen in order for those initial promises to become a reality? Yes, Izzy.
The first is that 5G networks need to be deployed more widely. This means that network operators need to continue to invest in 5G infrastructure and work to deploy it in more areas.
That's awesome. Is there anything else? Yes, Izzy.
The second thing that needs to happen is that more high-frequency spectrum needs to be made available. This will allow for faster speeds and better performance.
Perfect. Is there any last thing? Izzy?
Finally, there are some technical issues that need to be resolved in order for 5G to reach its full potential. Specifically, the problems with attenuation we discussed earlier.
To overcome this challenge, researchers and engineers are actively working on finding solutions to these issues. One potential solution is the use of more advanced antenna technology that can better handle the high frequencies used in 5G networks. Another approach is the development of new materials that can absorb or reflect 5G signals in a more controlled manner. Additionally, network operators can deploy more cell towers to improve coverage and increase signal strength, particularly in areas where there are many obstacles between the user and the cell tower. Governments can also play a role in helping to address the problem by relaxing regulations on the placement of cell towers and promoting investment in 5G infrastructure.
So, in conclusion, while 5G has not yet lived up to its initial promises, there is still reason to be optimistic. As more 5G networks are deployed, more high-frequency spectrums become available, and technology advancements are made. 5G will continue to improve and become faster and more reliable. And when that happens, it will truly transform the way we use technology.
Absolutely. As Eddie mentioned, there's a lot of potential for 5G technology to revolutionize the way we live and work. With faster data speeds and lower latency, 5G can enable new applications like remote surgery, autonomous vehicles, and smart cities. It can also help bridge the digital divide by providing high-speed internet access to rural and underserved areas.
However, it's important to remember that the rollout of 5G is a complex and ongoing process. It will require collaboration and cooperation between network operators, governments, and other stakeholders to overcome the challenges and make the most of the opportunity that 5G presents.
Overall, while there are challenges that need to be addressed, we believe the future of 5G is bright. With continued investment and innovation, 5G will transform the way we live and work, and we look forward to see what the future holds.
Alright guys, thanks for watching our video. If you really enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe. See you next time.